Aloha mai kako and ahua makamako ka'olelo Hawai'i. Welcome to Kulāiwi. This is number 21 in a series of 24 Hawaiian language lessons. Oau o ikelakani au pi o crozier, a oau ke ku no ka papa olelo Hawai'i. All right, let's go to our vignette. Today we're watching our the sisters, I call them, getting ready for a pa'ina. And they got a lot of work ahead of them. They're going to make a lot of different foods. All I can say is just pay attention to what's being said, because I tell you, they talk so fast. So, noho ilalo, nenea, and enjoy. Ahui ho.
Aloha mai kako. Aloha. Aloha mai. Aloha. Pehea oe ku uhoa. Hau oli loa no wau. No kia ha. He haka o kohana. No ka mea he pāina ka le ohu i kia pono ka nei po hou.
Ke ho makaukau nei mako i ka mea aino ka paina.
Ai, ua hele mai o ilani e kukua mai a kako. Oia ka. A ole. Ke ho o hene nei wau ia oe.
Mahalo no ka mea maki o le ohu i ho makaukau i ka mea ai he nui no kia paina.
Ai, makaukau oia e hana i ka pu'ali ko ka meha. E ui ilani. Aia mahia ka o kaikamahine hanau na puna hele o pili aloha. Aia oia makekula. Makekula? Ai, e hele ana oia i ka pūnana lea o koia hao i ke manawa.
He kula hokela a ole anei.
Ai, o lili noi ke kumupo'o, ma o. Maki au e a o aku makiala kula. Aloha nui wau ina keiki. Aka hele oe, e ho'opau mua oe i ke kula. Ai, mai hopo, nui ka uhane e koe makekula. No leila, hea ka mea ai no kia pa'ina. No mea ai like ole.
Laki no o malulani he mea kuki maika i loa o le ohu.
A ole loa, he mau mea kokua maika i kako. Ai, polo le oe e loa e. Ai, he mau aloha olu loa no o kou. Hiki no, lava ke e kuka. E ho o maka kako. Make au e hana mua i nā tako.
No hea mai ka he.
Ka he e a ole, he mea ai Mexico ka tako. Ai, tako me ka se, a ole me ke ke.
Mapopo ia'u, no leila, puna kako e ho o makaukau i nā mea ho ono maloko. I like me ka ohi'a ai, ka
Kalekuke,
ka
waiu pa'a,
a me ka i o pipi wili ia.
e oki au i kalekuke. Hiki no, ai, ho o makaukau au i ka i o pipi I wili ia. E ui ilani, e poke oi I ka ohi'a ai. Ke ono. Aia mahea ka pahi. Eia no ka pahi.
I kihi au i ka waiu pa'a.
Mahalo. E hia o le kuke, he iwa ka lua. A ole. Aia e lua wale no maloko ka pahu hau. E konia, ki na le kuke na u ke olu.
Ai, hiki no.
E konia, e ki I paha I nā mea a pau ke olu.
Ai, hiki no.
He papa o ki o pikau. Ai, e ka papa o ki o ki ma'anei. Make wai ke kahi mea ea e. Ole. Aia ka pa'ina I ka hola e hia. E ho o maka ane I ka hola e ono.
Au e, puna kako e hana me ka AVV.
Aia mahea ka laki o. E no ia ma'anei. He hula kako.
Ai.
E hele ana oko I ka aha mele I kia ho tēnā tule.
Maki wau e hele. A ka, e hoi waa ana au I ke la kakahi aka. Ma luhi pahau.
Wa luhi oe. A ole loa. O oe ka mea ele loa o kako.
Maki o e hele?
A ole hiki. Puna wai malama keiki I ke la po. No ka mea e hele ana ku ututu me kona hoaloha a e hana ana ka ukane. E lewa mai na keiki a e hele pu kako. Ah, no au.
Aloha mai kako.
Hey, aloha. Hea kau hana ma'anei.
Ua la wai aho I ke ia la. A o mana aho. He pa'ina ka lei ohu. No ko kako hoaloha ho o malulani. No laila, ua lawe mai wau I ka kai ano ka pa'ina.
Oh, mahalo nui e ke ave. Nui ko loko mai kai.
Okay, hiki no. Let's check out our new words for today. Nahua olelo ho. Okay, new words. Start off with the word kaikamahine hanauna. Kaikamahine hanauna. Okay, and this is not hauna, this is hanauna. Okay, means niece. Okay, niece. Like the niece and the nephew. Okay, kaikamahine hanauna, niece. Okay, mea kokua, helper. Okay, mea kuke, the one who's cooking. Okay, so the cook. Okay, because we don't say the cooker. okay? The one who's cooking, the cook. Ka'ahamele, the concert, okay? Now, perhaps you've heard these words. Hopefully you heard these words during that vignette, okay? And now you're sinking them in. Kaikamahine hanauna, niece. Mea kokua, helper. Mea kuke, cook. Ka'ahamele, the concert. Ka'i'opipi ivili ia. Ka'i'opipi ivili ia. Long word for hamburger. But how do we get hamburger? Well, i'o is flesh, yeah? Pipi is what? Cow. Okay, so cow flesh. Beef, okay? Beef, that's what? That's ground up. Ivili ia. Okay? Maybe you heard songs like Ivili ia meka maile lauli'i, entwined with maile lauli'i. But you see how my hand is going like this? That's the action of vili, okay? So if you can imagine that, you know, beef going in and getting ground up and comes out like that, yeah? Okay, you know. Ka'i'o pipi ivili ia, hamburger. So you can imagine asking for a hamburger at McDonald's. You'd be there for a long time. Okay, ka'ohi'ai. Ka'ohi'ai, tomato. Now, I use this word for tomato, and one dictionary says ka'ohi'alomi, okay? I don't know, all my life I heard the word ohi'ai, and it refers to mountain apple. But anyway, for the sake of Kulāiwi and so that we can make this fly, can you just refer to this as tomato, okay? And if you don't like this word for tomato and you want to use ka'ohi'alomi, maikai hikino, okay? Next word, kapahi, the knife, the kanife, okay, the knife, kapahi. Kapapa oki oki. Now this is kind of neat. We've had the word papa, like papa hitting nalu, surfboard, okay? Remember that papa is a flat surface. So the word that is describing this flat surface is oki oki, oki oki meaning to chop, okay, to cut up. So chopping board, kapapa oki oki, hikino. Kapu alikoa, the army, okay? You may be wondering, why were they talking about the army in this vignette? Well, she says that she's making enough food to feed Kamehameha's army, okay? Kapu alikoa o Kamehameha. So you might want to listen to that. Kavayu pa'a, this is cheese, okay? Because they're making taco with a se, not taco with a ke. Okay, I don't know if you caught that, but next time around you can check that out. She says they're going to make tacos. And so I think it's Kunia who looks and she says, no hea mai ka he'e. Yeah, and so where's the squid going to come from? And they look at her like, oh, taco me ka se, aole taco me ke ke. Taco with a C, not taco with a K. Anyway, that's, you know, small kind of jokes to keep you interested. Okay, whatever it's going to take. All right, let's take a look. Kalomai, let's go back up to Vayu Pa'a before we go to the next. Vayu Pa'a meaning cheese, but if you look at it, it's two words. Vayu meaning milk, and Pa'a meaning stuck, okay, or hard, firm. So hard milk, cheese, get it? Okay, okay. Kekahi mea ea'e, another thing, okay? Kekahi mea ea'e. And we've had ea'e before, meaning other, okay? So kekahi mea ea'e, another thing. Pahu hau, okay, refrigerator. Actually, it says pahu is box, hau meaning cold or ice, okay, ice box, pahu hau. So it's not hard to learn Hawaiian. And the thing is that I think what you need to look at is what the picture looks like, okay? So if you can see pahu hau, that's better than attaching it to the word refrigerator, okay? Because then even your cooler that you take to a hamele or you take to pa'ina can be referred to as a pahu hau, okay? Ikino. Our next word, this is my favorite, poke poke. Poke poke means to cube. And you know when you eat raw fish, and those of you who watch Kulāiwi long enough know that, oh, I got a mean thing going with the people who say pokey. I was in a store the other day and somebody says, what kind of pokey is this? I was like, yeah, okay. Look at it. Remember that this E is not an E because this is not English. This is Hawaiian. So this letter is A. That means we say poke, poke, poke. And this is a reduplication of one word, which is poke, to cube. Okay, so you say poke poke, you really want to cube it, okay? Poke, when you look at poke in the store, it's cut in cubes. That's why it's called poke. Okay, real simple. In the vignette, they're talking about poke the ohi'a ai. Okay, they're gonna cube the tomatoes. Hikino. Next word. Punahele. Punahele. Maybe you heard the song. He punahele no oe. Okay, you are a favorite. So this is describing the niece, okay? Kaikamahine hanauna punahele, okay? And she says, I am mahea ka'u kaikamahine hanauna punahele, okay? Where's my favorite niece? Oh, that's long, yeah, to say just for where's my favorite niece, okay? Ikeia hopena pule, this weekend, okay? Now you have a new word for a time phrase, hopena pule, weekend, this weekend. Ikela kakahiaka, that morning, on that morning. A ole loa, okay? I like to say that this means not even, okay? So now you can say that to people you know. A ole loa, okay? Heikino. Now we're going to go into something, actually a little difficult, but not that difficult, okay? Hopefully I explain it well enough to make you feel like, that was crackers, okay? So let's start with our possessives, okay? I've talked a lot in these past few lessons about the different possessives in Hawaiian. So let's take a look at all possessives, okay? Remember that when I talk about all possessives, it's not so much that it's dependent on the possessive itself, but the thing that's being possessed, okay? The thing that's being owned. So like this, you know, ko'u. Ko'u means my, right? Well, it's going to be ko'u and not ka'u. If the thing that's being owned refers to a noun, and you gotta pay attention, that you can get into or on top of, or you were born with, or you have no choice in having, okay, that it's kind of bestowed on you for the rest of your life. Okay, so this is what all possessives are, okay? And I want you to take a look at all the different ones that we have. Ko'u, meaning my. And the neat thing about the dual and the plural pronouns like maua, mako, olua, la, oko, all of that, is all you have to do to make these possessive is stick a ko or a ka in front of it, and we'll see the all possessives later, okay? So what happens when you put the ko in front of maua, you have ko maua. But what happens is the mana'o changes. If we don't have the ko, we just have maua, it means us too. But you put the ko in front, all of a sudden we have ko maua, and it means ours, okay? So like if me and my sister were standing together, I wanted to say, this is our mother, I would say, okeia ko maua mama, okay? This is our mother, ko maua, hikino. Komako, again, our, but this time it's more than just two of us talking. This is a whole bunch of us, okay? 3 or more. So if my brothers and my sister were standing with me and we wanted to tell you this is our mother, we would say, okeia komako makuahine, okay? Komako. So real easy with the dual and the plural pronouns, real easy. You just stick a ko in front of them. Again, we're seeing kokaua, kokako. Kokaua meaning ours, yours and mine, okay? So if I walk up to my sister and I tell her, where's our mother? I am ahea kokaua makuahine. I am ahea kokaua makuahine. And I tell her, oh, let's go. Like, let's go look for her, okay? Then it would be ehele kaua. You see? The difference between kaua and kokaua is if we just said kaua, that's just you and I, us two. Where if I say ko kaua, then we have ours, ours, okay? Kokako is also ours, but it's referring to a whole bunch of us, okay? Meaning our, okay? So like if I'm sitting there with all of you, okay, and I tell you, and all of you are my siblings, okay, and I tell you, where's our mother? I am ahea kokako makuahine. Or maybe I was asking you, where's our house? I am ahea kokako hale. I am ahea kokako hale, okay? And you notice how hale is an old kind of thing. Why? Because hale is something that you can go inside, yeah? Remember that all possessives are for nouns that we can get into or on top of, or things that we are in place before we're born, so that we're born with these things we have no control over having, Okay, those are the old things. All right, let's go back and look at the second person. Okay, ko, yours, right? Now in the dual form of that, you two, you guys is, okay? Just you two, yours. Ko olua. All of you guys, all yours, ko o ko. Okay, so I ask you, where's your guys' house? Yeah, all you guys. I am a here ko o ko hale. I am a here ko o ko hale. Yeah, you guys' house. Kona, okay? Kona, his or hers. Kolaua, referring to them to theirs, okay? Just two of them, theirs. Kolako, all of theirs, okay? All of theirs. Might want to just take a look at this. This is a real heavy-duty chart. And I color my that it's so small, but I want to fit it all into one place so you can see the whole thing one time, okay? So remember that without these ko, okay, that means all of these are simple pronouns, okay? Maua would refer to us two and not you. Kaua, you and I. Olua, you two. Laua, them two. But the minute we put the ko on top, now we have ours. Ko kaua, yours and mine. Ko olua, you guys two, yours. Ko laua, theirs, they two. Ko mako, ours, okay? Ko kako, ours, all of us, including the person listening, okay? Ko'oko, all of yours, right? Kolako, theirs. Hikino? Okay, let's take a look at the oppossessives. These are not hard, okay? All that happens is all those O's that you saw before are now going to turn to A with a kahako, okay? So where we had ko'u, now we have ka'u, okay? So if I wanted to say, this is my husband. Okeia ka'ukane. Now some of you may be thinking, why is kane an a kind of thing? Well, whether we believe it or not, we have a choice in having this person, okay? We also acquire this person during life. Oppossessives are used when we're talking about nouns that we acquire during our life. So like your children are a things. So if you wanted to say, this is my child, okeia ka'ukeiki. Okeia ka'ukeiki, okay? What else do we acquire? A book, okay? Okeia ka'upuke. Even like your teacher. Your teacher is an a kind of thing. You want to introduce me to someone and you say, okeia ka'ukumu, okay? Ka'ukumu, okay? And you are an a thing to me. Okeia o'oi ka'u haumana, okay? Getting it? Okay, that's cool. All right, once again, let's take a look how maua, mako are just the pronouns by itself. But we put ka in front of these words, and all of a sudden, instead of having just us two, we have ours. Again, the same thing is happening here. Okay, ka kaua, ka kako, kau. Okay, and you notice that this a in kau is a long a, kau. Ka olua, ka oko. You guys too, yours. Ka'oko, all of you guys is yours. Kana, kalaua, kalako. Okay? Now, you may be saying the thing, how am I going to remember all of this? Well, all I can say is you just have to remember it. Okay? So I'll just give you, a few seconds to look at this and let it sink in. Okay? Okay, hikino. Kalamai. All right, let's see them used in sentences. Heaha ka'o kohana. Remember when Lawa'e asked Kunane at the graduation party, what are you going to do or what are you doing? She said, Heaha kauhana, what are you doing? But in this case, we're looking at a whole bunch of people and you say, Heaha ka'o kohana. We hear this in the vignette. Heaha ka'o kohana, what you guys up to? And they respond, He pa'ina kale ohu ike ia po. He pa'ina kale ohu ike ia po. Okay, this is the have a pattern, right? Lehua has a party tonight. Lehua get a party tonight, that's what they're saying. And party is an a kind of thing, okay? So, He pa'ina kale ohu ike ia po. Another example, E hele mai I ko ipo hale I ke ia po. See how we use it with names? Okay, you just put ka or ko in front of it. So what? Come to Ipo's house tonight. You see how ko is actually acting like an apostrophe S in front of the word? Yeah, in front of the name. Ua ike oe I ko momi mama. Ua ike oe I ko momi mama. E helu helu ana ko lako papa I ka nu pepa. Okay? Their papa, their dad, okay, is reading, right, the newspaper. E helu helu ana ko lako papa I ka nu pepa. Okay? Here we have, here's our children, Pua, Kea, and Maile. Eia ka maua mau keiki. O Pua, o Kea, a o Maile. Okay? So you see, this is how we make our plural. We just stick this in. And remember the mo. Some of you may be saying, what is that mo? Maybe you forgot. Maybe you didn't hear it. Mo is the pluralizer. Okay? It makes things plural. So in this case, we have here's our children, Pua, Kea, and Maile. Okay? You notice how each name is marked with an okina o. O Pua, o Kea, a o Maile. Okay, new pattern because we hear this in the vignette. E hana I ka mea ai he nui. We just stick he nui onto whatever it is when we want to say to make plenty food. That's what this is saying. Okay, to make plenty food. E lave mai ina pua nani he nui. Okay, bring what? Plenty beautiful flowers. See how we make plenty? He nui. If you don't put this he in, then you're going to say, bring big beautiful flowers, okay? And that's not what you want. You want bring plenty beautiful flowers. He nui. You know? Now let's take a look at how we say first, okay? I think Leilani says, Kalamaileo, who says, you know, first, I really aloha children, okay? And her sister turns around and says, E ho'opau mua oa I ke kula. First finish school, okay? E ho'opau mua oe I ke kula, okay? First do this. E ho'opau mua oe I ke kula, okay? Okay, leave you a little bit time to check out how this is used, okay? E ho'opau mua oe I ke kula. Okay. Makimakeo e hana mua. Makimakeo e hana mua. You know, I want to what first? I want to work first, okay? Or I want to do it first. If you eleu, then you would say, Makimakeo e hana mua. I want to work first before I eat. I don't think I've ever said that. Okay, let's take a look at this. You know, we've learned that if you put a in front of your action, you have a command. Well, it can also be a suggestion, okay? And we hear a lot of suggestions in this vignette. Someone says, E oki okieo I ka ohia ai, okay? I'll oki the tomatoes, okay? I'll chop up the tomatoes. E oki okieo, okay? So if it was, I'll read the book, okay? I know that sometimes I wish somebody would say that when my children are all going, Mama, makibaki vau e helu helu, okay? I wish somebody would jump in and say, E helu helu au ikapuke, but aole pilikia, okay? Then, E helu helu au ikapuke, I'll read the book, okay? So you see how you just start off your sentence with e, and it's just like that command form, except that, of course, the subject is different, yeah? E helu helu au ikapuke, I'll read the book. Okay, what if you want to say, I'll drive, okay, I'll drive. E kalaiwa oi o kalamai. He'll drive. Yeah, this is more like it, okay? He'll drive. E kalaiwa oia. E kalaiwa oia. E kuke ke kumu. Okay, the teacher will cook. E kuke ke kumu. Okay. E ki'i maua ina keiki. E ki'i maua ina keiki. Us two will pick up the children. Okay, we'll fetch the children. Remember we had this word before, ki'i, meaning fetch or to go get. Okay, hikino. Oh, this is a kind of new pattern, but let's try it, okay? Ehia means how many, and we've had this before, this word ehia, but we haven't really talked about it a lot, so let's do that right now. Ehia means how many, and if you notice, in this pattern, what happens to the possessive, okay? This says, how many tomatoes do you have? Ehiao o hi'ai. What happens to the possessive is we lose the K. In this pattern, anytime we're talking about possessing numbers or not having anything, okay, which is like zero possession, okay, we drop the K. Real important rule here, okay? Ehiao o hi'ai. He kanakolu a'u o hi'ai. Okay, actually I think she says he iwa ka lua. Okay, I have 30 tomatoes. Okay, and in the vignette I think she says I have 20 tomatoes, and Loa kind of backs up like, what? How many tomatoes you got? How'd you get so many tomatoes? And why'd you get so many tomatoes? Because I'd be chopping for the rest of my life. Okay, ehiao o hi'ai. Ehiao o hi'ai. Okay. He kanakolu a'u o hi'ai. Look at the pattern. The pattern is the number, the K-less possessive, and then the thing that's being possessed. And you notice we're talking about a K-less possessive pronoun, okay? So that, once again, because it's some kind of pronoun, in this case it's a possessive one, it's jumping up in the front because it's niele. It has to check out just how many tomatoes it's going to be. Okay, so ehiao o hi'ai, he kanakolu a'u o hi'ai. Hikino? Question, aya kapa'ina ikahola ehia. Okay, the party is at what time? Ikahola ehia, at what time? E ho'omaka ana kapa'ina, ikahola eono. Ikahola eono. Hola referring to hour. Okay, H-O-U-R, yeah, hour. So the 6 hour, ikahola eono. So this party is going to begin at 6 o'clock, okay? The party is beginning at 6 o'clock. E ho'omakana kapa'ina ikahola eono. Okay, let's look at these things that we should remember after this lesson. The difference between o and a possessives is as follows. O is for something we have no choice in for something we have no choice in having. For example, our mahelekino, our body parts, or even our feelings, okay? Or for someone to whom we had no choice in our relationship, okay? And that's not to say that we wouldn't want that, but that you don't have a choice. It comes with being born into this family. So in the case of your parents, okay, we had no choice in who our parents are going to be, and therefore they are an old kind of noun to us. That's why we refer to my mother as ko'u makuahine, or his mother as kona makuahine, okay? Kalamai. O is also for something used mainly to be in, like your hale, or on, like a noho, or under, like umbrellas, or to wear as clothes, okay? So these are other O things. Okay, hale, noho, lole, mamalu, okay? And these are all things. So it would be like ko'u hale, ko'u noho, ko'u mamalu, ko'u lole, okay? Okay, and a is for everything else. By putting a ko or a ka in front of a name or a thing, you can make it a possessive, like ko lani is like lanis, okay? Remember I told you that this little word right here, ko, is like an apostrophe S, okay? Ka lani, it's also lanis, okay? Ka lani. That's not like your friend Kalani, okay? This is ka lani. Ko kekumu, the teachers, ka kekumu. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This would be like Lani's chair, right? Where ka lani would be like Lani's book, right? Ko lani noho, ka lani puke, okay? Ko would be like ko kekumu ka'a, but ka kekumu puke, okay? So you see how you would use o with certain things and a with other things, okay? Last, in this lesson, we learned that a in front of the action isn't only for commands, but also to make a suggestion, okay? Like, e kuke oia I ka laulau, she'll make the laulau, Okay? E kuke oia I ka laulau. Okay. I think that just about wraps up our lesson for today and pretty much gives us an idea about how we can use these different patterns, okay? So the most important part of this lesson was the possessives, that you understand that if you just put a ko or a ka in front of the pronoun, you can make that a possessive. Or if you put a ko or ka in front of a name or somebody or something, you can make that, turn that into a possessive. That the o and the a are different depending on the thing that's being owned, okay? I cannot begin to say this enough times. Now you may sit there and hear people use possessives any kind, okay? Well, it happens. Okay, because sometimes we just get so wrapped up in our conversation that we forget to try to be standard, okay? And we want to try to standardize, but if you forget, nobody's going to come down and whack you with a brick on your head for doing the wrong thing, okay? So don't worry, my hopo, okay? So as you know in the back of your head, there's a rule, okay? So anyway, let's take a look at our vignette one more time and see how much more we understand. I'll see you as soon as it's spelled. Ahui ho.
Aloha mai kako. Aloha. Aloha mai. Aloha. Pehea oe ku uhoa. Hau oli loa no wau. No kia ha. He haka o kohana.
No ka mea he pāina ka le ohu I kia pono ka nei po ho. Ke ho makaukau nei mako I ka mea ai no ka paina.
Ai, ua hele mai o ilani e kukua mai a kako. Oia ka. A ole. Ke ho o hene nei wau ia oe.
Mahalo no ka mea makimaki o le ohu I ho makaukau I ka mea ai he nui a paina.
Ai, makaukau oia e hana I ka puali ko o ka meha. E u ilani. Aia mahia ka o kaikumahine hanau na puna hele o pili aloha.
Aia oia ma ke kula.
Ma ke kula?
Ai, e hele ana oia I ka pūnana lea o koia hao I ke manawa.
He kula hokela a ole anei.
Ai, o lili noi ke kumupo'o ma o. Makimaki au e a o aku ma ke ala kula. Aloha nui wau I nā keiki.
Aka hele oe, e ho'opau mua oe I ke kula.
Ai, mai hopo. Nui ka uhane e koe ma ke kula.
No leila, hea ka mea ai no kia paina.
No mea ai like ole.
Laki no o malulani he mea kuki maika I loa o le ohu.
A ole loa, he mau mea kokua maika I kako.
Ai, polo lei oe e loa e.
Ai, he mahu aloha olu loa no o kou. Hiki no, lava ke ia kuka. E ho'omaka kako. Makimaki au e hana mua I nā tako.
No hea mai ka he.
Ka he a ole, he mea ai Mexico ka tako.
Ai, taku me ka se, a ole me ke ke.
Mapopo ia'u, no leila, puna kako e ho'omakaukau I nā mea ho'ono maloko I like me ka ohi'a ai, ka
Kalekuke?
kalekuke,
Ka waiupa'a.
a me ka i'opipi wili ia.
E oki au I kalekuke. Hiki no, ai ho'omakaukau au I ka i'opipi I wili ia. E ui ilani, e poke oi I ka ohi'a ai. Ke
Hiki
olu.
no. Aia mahia ka pahi.
Eia no ka pahi.
I kihi au I ka waiupa'a.
Mahalo. E hia o le kuke, he iwa ka lua. A ole. Aia e lua wale no maloko ka pahu hau.
E konia, ki nā le kuke na u ke olu.
Ai, hiki no.
E kunia, e ki I paha I nā mea a pau ke olu.
Ai, hiki no.
He papa o ki o pikau. Ai, e he ka papa o ki ma'anei. Make oi ke kahi mea ea e. Ole.
Aia ka paina I ka hola e hia.
E ho'omaka ana I ka hole e ono.
Oh, e, puna kako e hana me ka AVV.
Aia mahia ka leki o.
E no ia ma'anei. He kuna hula kako.
Ah.
You know. E hele ana oko I ka aho mele I kia ho tēnā pule.
Maki wau e hele. A ka, e hoiwa ana au I ke la kakahi aka. Ma luhi pahau.
Wā luhi oe, a ole loa. O oe ka mea ele loa o kako.
Maki o e hele?
A ole hiki. Puna wai mālama keiki I ke lapo. No ka mea e hele ana ku ututu me kona hoaloha a e hana ana ka ukani.
E lewe mai nā keiki a e hele pū kako.
Ah, no'o au.
Aloha mai kako.
Hey, aloha. He haka o hana ma'anei.
Ua la wai au I ke ia la. A o mana o. He paina ka lei ohu no ko kako hoaloha ho o malulani. No laila, ua lawe mai au I ka kai ano ka paina.
Oh, mahalo nui e ke ave. Nui ko loku mai kai.
Ai ke ave nui ko loko mai kai. Ai, you're so generous. You're so nice. Okay. Loko mai kai, that's a good word, yeah. Loko mai kai refers to being good inside. Okay. Loko mai kai. Okay. Hiki no. Mahalo tu mamohao for all the pretty lole. Okay. And na kia koe ho'opo mai kai ia o kua pau. Nana noe ala kai ia kako i ke ala kupono. Until next lesson, ahui ho kako e malama pono.